We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I'm your host, Bumpy Squiggums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Bad Overlord. As you can see, we are a little bit of a level higher than we once were. I will say emphatically and without a doubt, because I've fiddled around and kind of messed around with other various things I can get into fights with. Murphy's Ghost, super fantastic place to go to level up. We're going to go there and we're going to check it out again. I know, it took us like 157,682 hours last time to defeat a singular or a double Murphy's Ghost. We're going to go back to the same spot. We're going to just smack it around a little bit, get a level up or two, and yeah. And I think we're probably at the point where we can do whatever we want now. I feel like we've gotten over the early game hurdle and issues that we've run into. And we can probably start exploring and experimenting and just kind of mapping out the genome of the human mind. Or, you know, the actual maze, as it were. Okay. Now, we are still a little light on HP for one of our frontliners. 68's great, 47's pretty darn good, 21's really bad. I'm not really certain as to why that's the case, but it is what it is, so... Okay. So we're going to head back to the place. If you guys are curious, just head down the corridor that you start in, make a right, go through the door at the end of it, then step left, go straight down to the end of this corridor, and blammo, this is a super secret hidden wall that is now shiny and sparkly. We're going to open the door. We can do that one of two ways, either hitting left control or hitting spacebar. We'll do left control first, then spacebar second, just to kind of mix it up a little bit there. When we step forward one more spot, we're going to go through a teleporter. And now we are in this room. And all that we knew about the map of destiny is gone. Alright, inside of this door is our wonderful hooded humanoid statue thing of stuff. And we say, cool. And then we hit spacebar. Okay. We hit spacebar to close that, and then we get into combat with 3 kobolds. It's just happenstance. It's just, they happen to be here as one of those random quick ones. Alright. Well, this is going to be really easy. We probably need to do a little bit of the old exploratory stuff on these guys. And we have now deduced all of the knowledge that is deducible. Now, ironically, they kind of beat the brakes off of Chimera, though. Alright, now we hit spacebar. Now we go into the Murphy's Ghost thing. Once again, we're going to continue down this line. We do have darkness up on our ninjetic ninja of ninjetitude, aka our samurai. So we can throw some dilto out there. We have a spell we can cast. We now have tier 4 spells. So we have Big Shield, which we should cast right now. It is Porfic. It raises an invisible shield around the entire party, improving their armor class. This effect lasts the entire expedition. So basically, until we go back to the castle, we get basically 2 more armor. The Big Shield. So yes, we're going to cast that. Technically, I could have done that as soon as I left the castle. Could have been better. Probably should have done it. It's fine. And then we're going to go over here, and we are going to dilto the back guy, actually. And I think that's it. Alright. There's our big old shiny super shield. And we have lowered the armor, or technically raised the armor of the enemy. And now we shall do battle. Well, possibly, but first I'm going to actually improve our odds even more. I'm going to hit him with a 4-piece. It's going to be great. I think here I'm actually going to go with heal. And we're going to throw a little heal on Chimera, and yeah, it should be fine. Alright, there's our first hit, 19. So we hit for 2 times, and we got 19 points of damage out. I believe both Calark and Dorf can do that, which is kind of cool. Alright, we're really shooting for the backline guy right now. Big hit. Several misses. Another hit. Not too bad, though. Alright, just gonna spacebar spam our way through and hope that we finish this guy off in one singular shot. We did not. He has retreated back to the back line again. And it is fine. Alright, let's finish that guy off. He lived. He survived with one. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and redo the left control. And there it is. First one down. Now we're moving on to the second Murphy's Ghost. And it gets a little bit quicker once you can actually sort of land your attacks. But still very difficult to do so. And he is still throwing out those little baby twos that I said us with. Now it is true we could go with more diltos and lower his armor more. Therefore we would be able to hit him better. Or again, in this case it's raise his armor. But his base armor class is -3, and that's already with a +2 penalty, so it's normally a -5. So it is quite difficile to actually hit him. Most of the time. And I think this we get to say, good day, sir. There it is. Dorf killed the Murphy Ghost. Alright, again, 8,900. It's pretty solid. Chimera just got our level up on. I kind of want to run it back 1 or 2 more times, and then maybe we just kind of explore around a little bit. And then, yeah, that'll pretty much be the episode. And then our next episode, I plan to try to push forward and figure out what we need to do, where we need to go. Do we go down a floor? Do we try to fully explore this floor? I feel like I've mostly explored this floor. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, just going to hit spacebar again. And immediately we're thrown back in with Murphy and his ghost. Alright, and we're going to go... Oops. And we're going to go over here. And we're going to hit prayer again. Which gives us that big benefit. Yeah, I'm going to double the dilto. Not on any one. I'm going to single dilto the two. That way they're both at a deficit, and we should be able to do some work. And obviously focus firing is the key and the best way to go about things. It is a little slower than just letting your auto attacks fly, but such is life. Here we can let our auto attacks fly. I mean, they didn't really hit, but we could have potentially hit. Oh, hold on. There we go. There's one, there's two. Still not quite enough to put him down. Alright. One less Murphy Ghost. And now we fly faster. Now, I got all the way up to like round 54. This is the time after the last time, like after the time I showed you. I went back and I did way worse. I think it was like 54 or 64. It was like an astronomically high round number to defeat the ghost. So I am quite happy to see we're going to probably get it done in less than 15 rounds, unless we're really, really unlucky. Round 12, there it is. Again, still takes a bit of time, right? But, you know, that sweet 1483 per person is pretty darn good. Alright, let's take a peek at what Dorf is looking at here. We still basically need to kill that 6 more times for Dorf, or 4-ish more times for Jung. That's not great. You know what? Let's let it go. Let's leave it alone. All right, let's do some exploratory things if we can, and just kind of look around a little bit and see what's up. Oh, I didn't actually expect there to be a door there. Oh, we're in a one-way. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Door's this way. We actually were able to perceive that. And this let us back out. Okay. So we did that. This is where Murphy's hanging out. Okay. So this just leads us directly through. That's funny. Okay, well, that's fine. This led us to where the key was, right? Within the room, the statue of a strange beast with the body of a chicken and the head of a cat made into bronze lies on an onyx pedestal. That's where we got ourselves the key. Alright. Which is great. And then this is another spot that probably just leads to more spots and more spots until we end up back where we originally started. Is essentially... Ooh, bushwhackers. I think we fought a lot of these guys. I think the one time we did, or one of the few times we did, we got beat down pretty badly. We don't know all there is to know about these guys just yet. We did fail to learn anything new, but we managed to block. And he decided to run away. That's fine. Well, 103 is not too bad. Alright. One room to the next. The next. The next. Feels like we're just going down a straight hallway here. Alright, we're bending backwards now. Okay, so we ended up back over this way. Oh, now we got two rogues coming to mess with us. Alright. And we don't have the full ops on these guys either. Alright, we're gonna give it a shot. We're hiding in the shadows. We're trying to learn. We failed. And that guy ran away. Alright. Last one was 103 experience per person. This is going to be less, 63. That makes sense. Again, if we go in there, that's going to be where Murphy's ghost hangs out. That's where we went last time. So, in reality, we've fully explored this whole area. And then this is our pathway home. This is the way we get out of this. We go to the end and we go through the fog. If I recall correctly, I go to this spot. Oop, I overshot. And then we turn and we go down. Oh. Well, apparently I misjudged. Oh, we got 5 orc boys. This will be easy. Oh, they're just gonna run. Oh, not all of them. Only one of them ran. He's like, I must tell what happened to my people. We must flee. And well, and in the end, 4 of them got away. 1 stayed. 1 paid. It's all good. All right. You know what we? Uh-oh. I'm discombobulated. I think we. Yeah. Okay. So now we're back, essentially where we started from. A lot of random encounters coming at us right now, which is fine. It's totally okay. I would go back and level up Chimera and Splooch at this point, but I don't want to waste the spell or have to rest at this point. So this is where we entered. We stepped over to the left. We went straight down this hallway all the way to the end, and that is where we did battle, where we combated. We fought the Murphy's ghost. I think I've been in all of these rooms, which are just hallways that kind of, they don't endlessly loop, but they don't really lead anywhere. What secrets hide in this maze? What treasures? There's a door here, which is interesting. There's a door here, which is also interesting. Oh. Okay. In this room is a silver statue of a boar with horns and long fangs. On the wall by the statue is a message, partially obscured, that appears to have been left by passing elves. It is hardly legible, but some comments warning about ghosts and demons can still be made out. Oh, I found a silver key. Sweet. So we have a bronze and a silver key. Cool. What's in here then? We've been bushwhacked, boys. We've been bushwhacked. What is the... Oh, we got surprised. Okay. They have failed at taking us down. I kind of don't care if we fight them right this minute. I would rather get their number, so to speak. Like, observe them. Come on, boys. They both fled, and we got nothing. Well, I mean, there was the possibility that we could have actually taken one of them out or something, but it just didn't happen. Well, that wasn't as exciting as I was expecting or hoping. But we did get a silver key. Again, no idea what the silver key is for. Didn't know it was there. But, yeah. Okay, some booble slimes. We will take the booblies down. It will be fine. So I will say the downside to Murphy's Ghost, there's never a box. And honestly, we haven't had boxes from any of this stuff lately, but there's never a box, and therefore we are constantly getting less experience. Or sorry, less gold, even though we're getting more experience. Oh, right. I forgot, I don't have to run into the wall, I have to hit spacebar on the wall. Oh yeah, this was a dead end. This led nowhere. But it did lead to the key, initially. Alright, we're just going to try to take the fight to the massive amounts of peoples. And do what we can to make them sad and crying and whatnot. A couple of fleeing orcs. At least one dead orc. And all the kobolds fell, I think. So, we'll take it. 315. It's not that bad. Alright. Well, we did what we could there. I feel like it's very possible that there's other stuff. Oh. Did we finish the kobolds? I think we did, right? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Where's that good day, sir? Not bad, not bad. Okay, well, into the door. There's a clearly hidden path over that way. Let's go into said hidden path. It seems to be kind of pointless, but hey, you know what? It was there. By golly, by George, and by Cuspids, it was there. Okay, we got double doors over there. Okay, we got some booble slimes. Yeah. Alright, so an unfortunate happenstance over here when I was battling some slimes. Oh, now there's undead kobolds. I was like, hey, the boobly slimes. And then I made an unfortunate phrase off of the boobly, even though it's bubbly. And, yeah, so we're just going to casually edit that out so I don't make a complete fool of myself. But also tell you about it so you'll always wonder exactly what I said. And you will no longer be able to sleep at night, wondering how much of his foot did he fit into his mouth. Only time will tell. You know, I'm very curious. Is there a... Well, so far there's like a path to do something there, but we can't seem to do anything with it. Which is slightly off-putting and mildly inconvenient. Huh. Are we gonna get a chest again? It's been so long since I've seen one. Huh. Aha. Undead kobolds. They shall fall before our might once again. Fools. I should probably take a second to throw a heal on Chimera. She's been running real low HP. Hey, a chest. Oh my goodness. It's real. They do exist. Hey, we even got robes. That's kind of unheard of. Alright. So first things first. We'll inspect. We'll go to items. We'll go to robes. And we will give to Jung, who in theory will be able to identify it. And they're just regular robes. Alright, that's cool. Now, we're going to go over here. And we're going to go to cast spell. And we're going to heal ourselves up a little bit. I like it. Okay. Nothing, nothing, nothing. 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 And something? No? So, to me, this screams... There's going to be... maybe a path somewhere that we've missed. Sorry. We're gonna see. Or how it actually screams to me is that we're going to be finding the stairs on the floor above or below, whichever direction we head. And we'll go into it and it'll just be like a double room with like nothing else going on. I wouldn't have hated them to make like a sound. Like when you hit spacebar to like interact with the walls and the rooms and the doors and such. Even if you didn't actually interact with it, I feel like having a sound in that situation would be cool, so you know that it worked. Like, oh, okay, it read my button press. I do think I forgot to go through a room over this way, so we're gonna head back in here. Yes, I did. Alright, and we're gonna take a peek around. I seem to have found a couple of rooms. Again, not really a lot happening in said extra rooms. This has a random perk encounter, which is just free experience for us. For whatever stays. And that's one of the bigger things that I guess probably bothers me so far that we've run into in this game. And again, it's from an older generation. I totally get it. But so many things just run from us. It's mildly inconvenient and sort of frustrating to at least some extent. That's why Murphy's Ghost is really, really cool, because Murphy's Ghost, he don't run. Alright, we'll begin some more bushwhackers. I think we're going to once again just try to find them. Find that info on them. See what we get. Come on. Alright, we got some new details, but we didn't fully learn it. We have not deduced them just yet. Come on, deduce. 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 Yeah, Kalark got the deduction. Alright. We now know everything there is to know about them boys, them bushwhackers. Hey, they dropped a chest. It had 90 monies in it. We'll take 90 monies. This is kind of a dead end, huh? Okay, bunch of undead kobolds coming to ruin our day. We shall obliterate them, bit by bit, piece by piece. Now, I had somebody explaining how the... Again, vaguely, I think they used exact numbers, but somebody was explaining to me how the HP system in this game works. And it's like per vitality point, each class gets a certain amount of HP, but it's a range. So I'm just going to use random made-up numbers. Somewhere between 5 and 7, let's just say, for Calark in this case. So for every vitality he has, let's say he's got 12 vitality, he can roll between 5 and 7 or something along those lines. Maybe it's a bigger range. Maybe it's 5 to 10, all right? I don't remember what the range is. But essentially, every single time you level up, the game re-rolls all of your vitality dice to see what your health is. And that's why we can go up astronomically high. I think in one of the playthroughs, I say playthroughs, this or the little bit that I played on the side to refamiliarize myself with this, somebody went up like 27 or 21 points in like a single level. I was like, what? For HP, but everybody else is getting 1. So, if the number that you re-roll tied to your vitality, the dice that you re-roll, if that number is higher than your max health is now, it will jump up to that number. So say your max health is 300 and then you roll all the stuff and you get 352. You're going to gain 52 points of health in that turn. Now, the opposite of that, so say we didn't hit 52. Say we ended up getting, I don't know, or say we didn't get 352. Say we ended up ending up around like 292 or something, but we already have 352. We'll just get the +1 HP. So that's how it was explained. Whether that's true or not, I don't know for certain, but that's what I was told. So every level up, you re-roll all, all of your vitality dice, as it were, and from that you derive your HP number. And if it's lower, it doesn't go down. You gain 1 HP. But if it's higher, you jump up to that higher number. So it's really just tied to the luck of the dice roll, which is an odd choice, if that is true. I mean, it kind of makes sense, because there doesn't seem to be like a lot of rhyme or reason. Like, oh, every 5 levels I get like a big point increase. So I believe that either the range or just the numbers in general are going to be higher for things like a fighter versus things like a mage, obviously. Hey, Ava's skill went up. It was like 75 or 78 for a long time. Nice. Man, this area's got a lot of enemies. It's weird because there's certain points or parts, I don't know what's going on with me today, where we're running through the dungeon and just like nothing comes up to fight us at all. And now it's like every two to three steps we're getting attacked by something. And I imagine some of these are probably like, hey, you stepped into this room had a trigger point, and enemies come out. It is possibly that, but then we're just getting a lot of random encounters on top of that in between. Alright, it's... Alarm! Alarm! No trap was found. Interesting. Okay, so I guess we did all of that. Okay, and that's... I guess that's kind of it. So we have fully explored this wing of the donjon, which is cool. So that basically means we can go into the fog of destiny and we can wander around. Maybe we find more stuff. I'm not entirely certain. Also, I haven't done this in a long time, so I want to do this now. And that is... we'll go with Splooch. And we've not actually used Dumapic, which should bring us to an actual map. So this is what we have mapped out thus far, which is interesting. Is there a way to leave markers or anything? I don't think so. Okay, so for what it's worth, this is where we enter. This is where we exit. Over this way, I don't... I guess it continues this side. We get to about here, and it teleports us. Oh, it disappeared. I wanted just to click to see if anything happened. We'll run it back. That's fine. Anyway, somewhere around here it teleports us, and it teleports us to this room right here, facing to the east. This is the room that has the Murphy's Ghost, and then we've done all the searching and stuff that we could in this area. I believe if we go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this teleports us up to here somewhere. I guess we come down this way and we go and we do stuff. I'm not entirely certain how that works. I don't know if this doorway exists or if I've ever been to that doorway. It does seem interesting, if nothing else. We can walk up, and we can go right, and we can go up, left, and then we can go in, or we can go up, left, and then go in through the door that way. You know what? Let's try that, actually. Let's try that. I've never done that before. I don't think we've actually seen whatever's inside that room. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do this. I don't know if there's anything there. We're gonna walk up, we're gonna crash into this. Now if we look, there should be a door. And there is. Oh my god, hi. There's a person in here. In the center of this room, an old man in a long robe turns toward the party, shouts, and begins waving his hands. A mysterious mage, "Begone, strangers! Mapiro, Mahama, Diromat." Huh? Oh. Well, okay. Surprise, we're back. I guess we'll take this time to level up. 13 hit points. There we go. We finally got a respectable amount of HP on one of our frontliners. That feels pretty good. So 13 is going to put us at 34. We got 2 new divine spell points, a tier 1 and tier 2 spell point, and stat gains across the board except for piety. I almost said piety. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's fine. All right, Splooch, what do you got for me, buddy? The plus 1 HP. We got Sopic. Don't know what that is. We have a tier 1, 2, and 3 spell point added. Our luck went down. Our vitality went down. Agility and piety went up, though, which is pretty cool. I'm going to take a look at you. Despite all the stuff that we didn't really gain all that much. Yeah. So we still got a ways to go with them. Ava's probably relatively close. Not as close as I thought. That's all right. Anyway, folks, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're level 8 across the board. I feel relatively strong. We have a decent amount of spells. We have a good type of diversity in our group, as far as stuff being able to counter this and that, and we have some physical damage, we have some magical damage. It feels good, or it feels okay at least. I'm hoping it continues to work out, but I suppose only time will tell. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we needed to do. I don't think so. I think that was literally... There might be 1 or 2 other small things in the dungeon that we haven't gone through yet on that level, but... Basically, I'm going to break out. So say we started down here, and then we go up this way, and then at the end of this hallway is the way we go out, and then we can go over and to the right, and that leads to Murphy's Ghost. Well, instead of going up, over, to the right, and if we go straight up this way, it's the fog area. We're going to go up this way, and then we're going to make a left. And if you guys are wondering where the map is, this is all mentally. There's no actual map on the screen. I didn't forget to show something or whatever. This is all me just going through it mentally. So instead of going up to the fog or up and right to Murphy's Ghost, or all those rooms that we went through, we're going to go up and left. At the end over here, the end of this hallway up and left, is the staircase down or up or whatever it is. We're not going to do that right away. We're going to go into like this area to the left of the northwest quadrant of the map. And we're going to go through all of that. I think I've already done that, but I'm going to do it one more time on camera. And then I believe we'll be able to do that and get ourselves to floor 2 or level 2 or whatever it is in the next episode. We'll get to see some new stuff. I don't know if biomes change. I'm assuming enemies are going to be much more difficult. We're going to be facing new enemies that we haven't seen before. So we'll see. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this particular episode. I really hope you enjoyed. Until the very next one, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.